This is the Raw Weight Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Pierce, for the next few minutes as we talk about life, as we talk about recovery, we talk about hopes, dreams, goals, and ambitions. This is where it all comes together. You and I having a conversation. I'm Matt. I'm your host. Join us. Enjoy the show. You know, a positive word can go a long way. It really can. Just something simple, something encouraging, something that you find in someone. Just give them an at-aboy. Throw them a bone. Give somebody a pat on the back. I am the world's worst about it because I am a very demanding person. You should try working with me. Oh man, I am one of the most demanding people in the world. But why not give somebody a compliment? Why not encourage someone today? I want to talk a little bit today about encouragement. And as we record this, it's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I know statistics say you should do this in the morning. Well, I'm not always most creative in the morning. That's when I get my business done. But I want to say that you can take the time out of your day to give somebody a compliment, to give somebody an attaboy. Throw somebody a bone. Just tell them they're doing a good job. I want to tell Adair that she's doing a hell of a job. Yeah, her name is Adair. She's with my insurance company, at-aboy Health. That's who I use. She's a nurse case manager, an RN case manager with at-aboy Health. I had my doubts. When my phone rang a while ago, I was sitting here thinking, what are we going to talk about today? And I was brainstorming it, and I had an idea. But then my phone rang. And it was Adair, nurse case manager from at-aboy Health. And she was doing a follow-up, hospital follow-up. How you doing? You know, how's life? You know, how are things? How's the diet going? How's everything else going? And I told her, I said, I feel like it's going fine. Kind of drew out this little plan. And the topic comes up. She's like, so I see you have a blog. And it's like, yeah. Surprised you knew. So we're talking about that. And she's talking about this plan going forward. She gave me some advice on how to move forward, have conversations with the doctor and whatnot about important things. And she's like, I just want to tell you, you're in a great place. You're doing a good job. I commend you for what you're doing. And I thought, wow. I'm sitting here looking at Facebook. I did what I said I wasn't going to do, and I relaunched a Facebook page. I did it, and I was getting disgusted with it. Because the whole long list of reasons I get disgusted at Facebook. I guess she saw on Instagram or Twitter or something, I don't know. Which I know Instagram is part of Meta. But for whatever reason, she's like, I feel like you're in a good place. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I feel like you're in a good place. How are you dealing with haters? How are you dealing with people who are negative? How are you dealing with those influences? I don't care. I don't care what haters think. You haters may think it bothers me. It doesn't. Okay, sticks and stones may break my bones, but nothing you can say is going to hurt me. Nothing. You can say whatever you want. It's fine. You're just mad. You're just looking for a reason to be mad. Instead, she's like, how are you doing with some of the adverse reactions? How are you doing with this? How are you doing with that? Emotionally, are you in a good place? Yes. Yes, I am. Because I learned how to deal with the haters. They're going to be there. They're just mad. But I want to give a shout out to Adair with CVS, at CVS Health, for taking the time to motivate me, to reinvigorate my spirit about what we're doing here is right. I want to thank CVS, at CVS Health, for being behind me as a person and for hiring employees that actually give a damn. I want to say that they have done an incredible job. I'm not endorsing them. They're not paying me to say this. I am just saying that somebody took the time to listen, to acknowledge what we're doing, and said, you know what, I think you're in a good place. And at the end of it, she's like, I feel more motivated. I feel more inspired. It's like, no, I feel more inspired by you. This call, this conversation, what started out to be a routine thing that she does probably dozens of times a day, ended up being something that motivates us and pushes us forward. You never know when somebody needs that. I am the world's worst. I am. You know, years ago, when a different place in my life, I was incarcerated. I was in a jail for months. I went months in a negative environment. I went months without knowing if anyone cared. I went weeks living off of carbohydrates in a single man's cell. I didn't see the sunlight for almost 12 weeks. I was fed through a hole in the door. It was one of the worst times of my life. I could have used somebody right then and there to say, you know what, you're doing all right. We're going to get through this. Instead, I got nothing. I got a tray 3 times a day through a bean chute. That's what I got. No books, no TV, no human contact. Nobody coming up saying, hey, you know what? We're going to get through this. Nothing. Looking back on that, it was a human rights violation. It was a bad situation. It never should have happened. But the truth is, those people who live their life like that deserve a little encouragement. We all do. And I'm not going to make this a story about right and wrong, good and bad, cops versus us. I want to leave this hopeful. Being in jail is not a good place to be. It's not supposed to be. But it's not supposed to be the worst either. It's not supposed to be the place that you go to want to die. but it is. It's partly because there are no encouraging words. There's nobody there telling you it's going to get better. There's nobody there telling you that it's going to work, that it will all turn out okay. Wherever you are in your life right now, whatever you're up against, whether it's addiction, whether it's dieting, whether you're in a jail cell, I want you to know it's going to be okay. Whether you're battling anxiety, whether you're battling physical, emotional abuse, whatever you're dealing with, it's going to be okay because you can get through it. Life isn't always fair. Business is definitely not always fair. The legal system is hardly ever fair. But the truth is, you can pull yourself out of whatever situation you're in. And you can get through this one day, one step, 1 second at a time. And I want to give the people of this world a shout out who make it their life's mission to tell somebody else that it's going to be okay. I don't do it nearly enough. I've got a good friend of mine, Danny. Very, very good friend. Who in his own way is very encouraging. He's always quick with a joke, quick with a smile. Kind of like Billy Joel. Quick with a joke and to light up your smoke. You know? He's just that kind of guy. Love him with all my heart. He's a great guy, great friend. And Danny's always quick with a good word. And to encourage you, to tell you you're doing great. He's a great coach, great motivator. I wish I was more like that. I am going to work on that. Excuse me. I'm going to work on telling more people every single day that it's going to be okay. Maybe we're just going to put that on Facebook every day. It's going to be okay. Kind of like that guy you see on TikTok and Instagram, that old hippie. Hey, I just want to tell you, life sucks. But it's okay. Who cares? Life sucks. What's that guy? I forget his name. What's that guy's name? Man, I don't even know it. I follow him on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. He's like, yeah, just out taking a walk. Yeah, you sit on the couch and do nothing. You can get out and take a walk and see nothing. But nothing's pretty cool too. So I'm just going to get out and take my walk. That guy, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that guy. Rodney something, right? Is it Rodney something? Guy's great. Maybe that's what we're going to do with Facebook. Maybe we're just going to, every day, we're going to put something randomly encouraging on there. And we're going to mean it. And we're going to feel it in our heart. We are going to push forward. Because we can together. I'm Matt. This has been the podcast for today. I want to remind you, you can do this. Keep pushing forward. Keep going. And encourage somebody along the way. We'll talk to you later. Take care of yourself.